The topic I chose for my annotated bibliography is feminism and how it's changed in Disney princess films. I decided to pick this subject because in the future, for my technical writing skills, I kind of want to go into the field of publishing, and I really think that stories are a very important thing in how society views people, and I think it's really important to acknowledge how we view the stories that we have learned from and where we're going with them. As someone who's really into Disney and Disney films and Disney princesses, and I've grown up with them, I just think it's really important for me to acknowledge that as a white female, my story's been told, but not other people's have been told correctly. People of color have been excluded, and I think it's really important to acknowledge this. Aladdin was the first film written with a main character and a princess who weren't white. While this could be considered something good for the people of color, it was actually considered offensive for Middle Eastern people because the characters were drawn with Anglo facial features, and they also did not have the accents. They were actually casted, the voice actors were both white, and sometimes people view their stories as very inaccurate, and the songs could also be considered offensive too. So Disney tried, they learned from their mistakes in this film, and they didn't really make any other princesses with colored skin after this movie for a while till Princess and the Frog came out. Princess and the Frog was written with the main character being Tiana. This was like kind of the first of many films where the Disney princesses has goals. She actually had a goal of owning a diner, which was very unheard of, and she also called out her love interest, which was the prince, for being kind of lazy, and she was fiercely independent, and it was very important to have a person of color as a princess because a lot of little girls with different colored skin, like black little girls, were not able to get this representation, and they were able to get this representation, but also in a feminist point of view where she wasn't relying on anyone but herself to get the money for her restaurant, and she worked really hard for it too. So this brings us to the future of film. As you can see, there's other movies that have come out after Princess and the Frog, if you've watched them. They're all progressing for less of a need for men to save them, and they have their own goals, and they're able to fight for themselves. So I think we have made a really big push in feminist ideals in media, and I think that Disney just keeps on improving and learning from their past mistakes. And my final point is something that I've really taken away from this, is that we need to right the wrongs done to people of color and people who might not be recognized in mainstream media because they have been not included for the longest time. So it's our job as technical communicators to make sure that their story is being told and to listen to their experiences.